Hi everyone, Kelt here. Meghan's privacy case against the Daily Mail has returned to court, and the media are saying that she is days away from potentially winning the case. Judge Mark Warby had approved an earlier application by Meghan, and she kept her reasons private, but most of us guessed that she was trying to use a possible pregnancy as a reason. Many were also saying that she was biding her time because she was hoping possibly that her father might be too old or too ill to travel if it was postponed. It is unlikely that she would be able to postpone it yet again. Her legal team asked for a judgment to be made without the need for a full trial. Many want her to have the full trial and for the truth to come out and for all her texts and messages to be made public. Judge Warby ruled against Meghan in a preliminary hearing last year, and he's taken out elements of the claim. I remember at the time that he said to Meghan that they were insignificant to the case. Meghan says that the newspaper reporters had acted dishonestly and in bad faith, and that they had deliberately dug up or stirred up conflict between her and her father. She also claims that they had an obvious agenda of publishing offensive and intrusive stories to portray her in a damaging light. Last year, the court allowed the paper to amend its defence and to allege that the couple, Harry and Meghan that is, were originally willing to give journalists access to the letter when it suited them. Meghan was also accused of giving Omid Scobie and Caroline Rand, the authors of the book Finding Freedom, details about the letter in order to portray her in a more favourable light. And we know that Meghan, having said how she was looking forward to the book being released, and how she was also pushing to have it released sooner because of what was in it and how it would put the record straight, she said. And then she totally backtracks and denies any knowledge of what was in the book and having no hand in contributing to the writing of the book or the contents of the book. Meghan's lawyer, Justin Rushbrook, is saying that the publisher has no real prospect of winning the case. He says it's a very straightforward case about the unlawful publication of a private letter. The lawyers for the papers are arguing that Meghan knew the letter would one day be published and that she wrote it with that in mind. The book Finding Freedom is also expected to feature prominently in this trial. Thomas Markle, Meghan's father, has testified remotely and stated that Meghan did not say that she loved him, contrary to what she claims. His reasons for not publishing the whole letter was because originally I believe he said that he was embarrassed by the letter, and now more recently he is saying that it made Meghan look bad and he didn't want to punish her. If this goes to trial, 4 of Meghan and Harry's former staff are willing to give evidence. These are Samantha Cohen, former private secretary to Harry and Meghan, Sarah Latham, their former director of communications, Jason North, who was the communications secretary, and Christian Jones, the former deputy communications secretary, who up until recently worked as Prince William's private secretary. The assistance that they gave Meghan in drafting her letter to her father could mean that if that part of the letter that they helped her with is relevant in this case, then it would mean that the copyright was jointly owned by them and Meghan, which changes everything. Thomas is very keen to face Meghan in court, and Meghan is very keen to settle this out of court, but obviously she wants to have a big win, always about the money. I think the thing that would be freaking Meghan out the most, even more than facing her father, would be having to hand over 6 months' worth of texts and emails and WhatsApp messages. Yet that is the very thing that the public would be keen to see. The lawyers said that they wanted the messages to shed light on Meghan's attitude to the letter and her privacy. In other words, to see how genuine she was about her privacy regarding the letter. Thomas has always said that Meghan wrote the letter with a view to it being read by third parties and possibly disclosed to the public, or at least knowing that that was very likely. The lawyers for the paper point out several significant and inconsistent statements made by Meghan that they say she will have to explain. This case of Meghan's has been compared to a previous case of Prince Charles's in 2006 against Associated Newspapers Limited, where it went to summary judgment. And this predicts a big win for Meghan if that happened in Prince Charles's case. It was actually parts of Prince Charles's personal diary that were leaked. So a little different than this case where Meghan's is a letter that many think she knew would be seen publicly. So the 6 months' worth of texts and communications will be the key to this outcome, I believe. They will prove her genuine feelings regarding the letter and her privacy. Meghan is also said to be horrified over what she sees as a character assassination over the way her handwriting was analysed. It was said that Emma Bark was derogatory towards Meghan in the way she interpreted her handwriting. And I thought that she was fairly generous in what she said about the handwriting. She didn't say that Meghan was paranoid schizophrenic with psychopathic tendencies or anything really bad. She just said that she was someone who is both self-aware and self-orientated. And she did point out that Meghan liked the fact that she was being watched by the world. Why would Meghan be so worried about a slightly negative interpretation of her handwriting when the whole world has seen the way she has sought attention since she married Harry? Will she win this court case, and with it loads of money? It is said that the palace are hoping it won't go to trial for fear of it becoming embarrassing for them. What? Have they not been embarrassed enough by everything that Harry and Meghan have done in the few years that they've been in the spotlight? Let's have your comments about all this. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think she's going to win this case? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Please subscribe, ding my bell for more alerts for more videos, like if you liked it, and share. Bye.